And I apologize for that little error. Dustin will now read 2 more poems from his book, The Daunting Ephemeral, to give us a sneak preview of what we can expect.
This is called To Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The truth is always with you, that vanity will scream to shelter the coldest and most perplexing thought. I will not. I will not. That world will come toward the light, ever emerging from shadowy groves. Only the wicked know how to slumber through these days. I weep to know that the face of God is a maze. We come close, we lean into the thoughtful ear. The past is present, but the future closes us soon to unknow the dying haze. We look through windows, knowing only distance. How can we sense the perpetual agony of not knowing our origins? I am deeply inspired by the block of stone, yet uncarved, always with us in the home. We are always home. Never do we see faces other than our own. Somehow we are out of place.
Mm.
And that one comes down to a lot of the attempts to understand ourselves, yet we already kind of an implied do. We just flirt with the truth and kind of, it's the Plato's cave thing where even when you come out of the cave, you can't look directly at the sun for too long.
That's right.
You know, it's illumination. That's what poetry is. It's pure illumination. It's the best I can say for it. You know, it's like straight out, you know, flashes of the truth right in your face, and you know, when talking about the shadowy grove, like all the pointless crap we go through, and little like mysterious kinds of thoughts we have that we don't understand, and that comes down to you know, searching for our true nature and whatnot. But anyway, I'm gonna read one more.
Actually, because of the little error, how about you give us 2 more?
Okay, continuity. O lady pure, dressed with gold medallions and white robes, your answers do not break me. Holy writ on my conscience deep, parallel to my mind, bend to the fight, give in to the glory of God. O lady of my light-hearted love, let my devils go deeper into the abyss. Rescue my wife from the lustful kisses of dark dream. I am out of place and the ghost searches for me without light. No beams other than those of a tree. I cannot be repaired. Lost, vacantly staring through the void, sensing nothing. My deepest agony is being alone. Let's see if I can read a later one. I have a segment here called Stretching Sapphire to Bend Stars, and that was kind of like an expansion of the universe sort of thing.
Oh.
Let's see if I can find the one that I memorialized. I read this in Austin International Poetry Festival as a guest poet at the guest brunch, and I actually wrote it in Austin during that entire that festival. During that festival, like the night before I read it. Memorialize. Memorialize each moment, glistening drops of rain falling from the perch of a limb. The trembling tree is new again. The light darkens in the corner. No sounds, no bright face. Soft echoes of time will dream new ways to promise life. I have a deep longing to forget. There are no shuddering losses, no grief is too strong. I remember when times were soft and easy. Sly ways of trials we didn't know. These writings of time whispering. What light darkens the dream? Spread your way out like the tree.
Sweetness.
And that kind of comes down to each moment being a part of a poem. You know, for a poet, everything is poetry.
Naturally.
Right.
Naturally, that's
I think
hard
that
to see.
goes well beyond like saying if to a mechanic everything is mechanical. You know, it's like no one else thinks like this but the poet. You know, everything has to be poetry because poetry is in essence life.
Yeah, for goodness sakes, in my biology class last semester, I mean, you would think that, you know, me with not exactly the most scientific mind, I wouldn't be prompted to write anything about that. But as far as science is concerned, I've always been interested in biology in that sense, and I was quite prompted to. I wrote 2 actually. One of them was the title was derived from a quote from Jurassic Park called "The Rape of the Natural World," and what that is, it's pretty much that discovery can be wrong, especially in the field of paleontology and things like that. And then I wrote one about it was called Luca. It was called, and that stood for the last universal common ancestor.
Huh.
And
Yeah, that's pretty much going back to the illuminations in the darkness and why we need the light in the dark.
certainly,
We don't even know why because we really aren't entitled to the answer.
we're not allowed to know. We want to know. We keep striving to know. I mean, each year
It's
as
in
we
our own
age.
best interest not to know.
Right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? Where can we find your book?
This will be available both on www.createspace.com, www.amazon.com, and you can go to our Transcendent Zero Press webpage at www.transcendentzeropress.org, and that's all one word. And you will find it listed as on the front page as there's a picture of it. You can click on that; it'll go straight to a link to purchase the book. And last word, I will say in conclusion that not only does poetry live, life is poetry.
Ooh. And
So let's speak to each other in tongues that we do not understand.
let's do so. Thank you very much for taking the time for this interview, Dustin. I am ZM Wise. Poetry lives. Signing out.